My boss wanted to start a school because he wasn't seeing the quality of candidates coming out of the typical traditional 4-year classroom apprenticeships. So we wanted to meet the standards set by our clients. So to bridge this gap, we took matters into our own hands and developed a unique classroom curriculum that goes beyond the standard book learning. Our program combines theoretical knowledge with practical application through immersive lab experiences. This anchors the theory that we teach them to real world scenarios and ensures that the apprenticeship or the apprentice grasps the concept thoroughly and that they can apply them effectively in the field. Our dedication to providing this lab experience by giving our very best kind of field instructors the chance to teach our apprentices. For instance, our first year apprentices, usually they've either never held a drill before or have very little technical practical experience. But we bring in our best pipe bender in the company and teach them the art of safe and skillful pipe bending. So pretty much at the end of the day, it eliminates the risk of acquiring outdated and incorrect techniques in the field, and that our apprentices receive a solid foundation from which they can build and expand their skills. Third year is when you come out of your shell of being the new apprentice and where you're actually understanding the industry, understanding what's required of you. I start teaching them doing, Bluebeam trainings. I have them look at some plans, some 3D designs in Navisworks. I run them through a class. We also have them review the models, and we're going to be doing takeoffs through 3D models so that they can walk through, check the cable tray, look at how many hangers they need, count up that stuff so they can kind of get acquainted to the new 3D technology coming in the field. Then from there, I give them the opportunities to come to additional trainings that we host, such as Trimble trainings, Navisworks trainings. Any different type of training that we host in the company is open to anybody, and it's just an additional training if you're interested. I'll start with Bluebeam. Bluebeam is a advanced PDF viewer. It's pretty much the premier one in the industry right now. You can pretty much call it CAD Lite in a sense. It's able to mark up PDFs, do takeoffs from estimations. It's become a very useful tool for our PMs to gauge projects. You can check changes in documents really easily. You can send out an invite to have everyone mark up one PDF in the same view. So you can actually see real time what changes are happening, and it tracks all the changes. So we use that as our premier kind of conversation or comment tool. Revit is an authoring software, which allows you to draw any scope you want in 3D. It originally started as an architecture program and then took off as an MEP one as well. MEPs are a little bit slower to adapt to it, but it's becoming a more powerful software to use. More or less, it's what you would use to draw your conduits, your lights, any receptacles. You can do anything in the program that has to do with the scope of a building. And then Navisworks is the last one you mentioned. Navisworks is a viewer tool that you compile all of the models that you would take from, let's say, Revit, CAD files, and then you're able to throw them together into one view so you can actually walk around and look at the model as if you were walking in 3D. Look at different aspects of the building, its ratio, see any problems ahead of time. If this pipe is running through the ductwork, if this light is hanging too low, different types of elements. But it takes a bunch of different files and adds them together so you're able to view the project as one single source. Anyone who has kind of video game experience, in my sense, has a much easier time adapting to the 3D environment. People who don't use the computer too often have a little bit harder time grasping it. It's all Windows based. So if you say adept at Microsoft Word, Outlook, any Windows programs, you're able to use these programs efficiently, not mastered, but to the point where it's useful. So anyone who has basic computer skills can usually get by and use these softwares.